It always fascinates me to watch footage of engineers taking down an old building, especially when they do it by placing dynamite charges laid at strategic points so that the building implodes on itself. By finding just those few load-bearing points in the foundation, the entire building collapses into a heap of rubble. The entire Christian faith rests on one historical, verifiable point: the bodily resurrection of Jesus from the dead. The Apostle Paul says in 1 Corinthians 15:17, if Christ has not been raised, your faith is worthless, and you're still in your sins. Everything in the Christian faith rests on the historical truth that Jesus has raised from the dead. If you could explode that one truth, the Christian faith collapses. Here's the problem. There are people who argue that the resurrection story can't be true. And they say that because of the four Gospels, they differ in the telling of the story. Well, the differences between the Gospels actually prove that the eyewitness accounts are true. Why? Because no two people experience the same event in the exact same way. We know that if two people tell the exact same story regarding something they witnessed, we know that they have conspired to create a story. For example, the late theologian Kenneth Katzner had a friend whose mother was killed. Katzner first heard about her death through a trusted mutual friend. The friend reported that the woman had been standing on the street corner and that she was hit by a bus and died a few minutes later. Later, he heard from the dead woman's grandson that she was riding in a car that was in a collision, that she was thrown from the car and killed instantly. The boy was quite certain of his facts. Now, which story was correct? Well, Katzner later learned the following from the dead woman's daughter: that her mother had been indeed waiting for a bus, was hit by another bus, and was critically injured. A passing motorist put her in his car and sped off to the hospital. En route, he was in a collision in which the injured woman was thrown from the car and killed instantly. Now, although all of the accounts seemed contradictory, they were also true, but they were true from different points of view. Each disciple had their own personal relationship with Jesus. Matthew was saved by Jesus, so he wants to show you the saving grace of Jesus. Why, if Jesus can save me, he can save you. Luke is a doctor, and as a doctor, he is taking a forensic approach. He wants to get to the facts, so he writes like a reporter. He talks to witnesses. He collects evidence, and then he provides the evidence. John is out to show us that Jesus is God. And God not only died to save us, but God rose from the dead. And if he can rise from the dead, then one day he can raise you from the dead also. And again, that was our nugget for today. Please have a look at your lesson, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.